Korean people are highly educated in the world of science.
So people have a higher personal responsibility and without the need of control.
안녕하세요, 원다입니다. 조지 프나이, 폴 크루그먼, 리처드 도킨스, 주디스 버틀러, 댄 에리얼리, 리처드 니스벳, 피터 싱어, 로버트 와인버그, 마이클 샌델. 이들은 현재 EBS의 위대한 수업 그레이트 마인즈에서 그들이 직접 준비한 강연을 선보이고 있는 세계적 석학들입니다. EBS의 위대한 수업은 첫 선을 보일 때부터 그 화려한 출연진들만으로도 큰 화제가 됐었는데요. 많은 시청자들은 세계를 이끌고 있는 이런 세계적 석학들이 어떻게 한국 교육방송의 섭외 요청에 응하게 됐을까 하는 생각들을 했었죠. 이런 세계의 지성들을 섭외했던 EBS PD들의 인터뷰에서 그들이 한국을 어떻게 생각하고 있으며 왜 출연을 결정하게 됐는지 알 수 있었는데요. 팬데믹 시대를 거치면서 과학에 기반한 한국인들의 대처이 맞물리면서 한국을 신뢰하는 분위기가 세계적으로 자리 잡게 되었고, 이와 상대적으로 세계 시민들의 지식 격차는 심해지고 SNS를 통해 가짜 지식이 난무하는 전 세계적 현상이 있었기 때문이었습니다. 진짜 고급 지식을 전 세계에 전하자, 그 지식 허브를 대한민국이 담당하자라는 EBS의 취지에 세계 석학들이 깊이 공감하게 되었고, 이로써 상상하기도 힘든 빵빵한 라인업을 형성할 수 있었던 거죠. 이 중 폴 크루그먼은 섭외 당시 다른 나라에서는 찾아볼 수 없는 교육 공영방송이 한국에 있다는 것에 놀라워하며 EBS 프로젝트 취지에 공감하고 흔쾌히 출연을 결정했다고 합니다. 또 뇌과학계의 거장이자 뉴욕대학교 신경과학센터 교수 조셉 루드는 당초 바쁜 스케줄 때문에 1시간의 인터뷰 촬영만 승낙한 상태였지만 메일을 주고받는 과정에서 본인의 모든 저서와 논문을 깊게 연구한 제작진의 열정에 반해 강연을 진행하겠다고 먼저 제안하기도 했다고 합니다. 알파벳 의장 존 헤네시의 경우 그가 몸담고 있는 헤네시 나이트 재단에 한국인 직원분이 계셨는데 그곳에 있는 한국인 분들이 쌓아놓은 신뢰가 결정적 역할을 했다고 합니다. 이렇게 세계에 뻗어나가 있는 한국인들은 한국인 피 속에 흐르는 근면, 성실, 정직 등 특유의 특성으로 어느 곳에 가서나 신뢰를 얻고 인정받고 있습니다. 한국이 거론되는 해외 어느 곳에서든 한국은 믿을 수 있다, 한국이라면 신뢰할 수 있다 라는 말이 나오는데요. 이는 중국을 어떻게 믿겠느냐, 중국에서 나오는 건 뭐든지 믿을 수 없다와 같은 전 세계적 반응과는 상당히 대조적이라 할 수 있습니다. 특히 미국 펜스테이트 대학의 사회학 수업에서는 한국을 언급하는 일이 많은데요. 유명한 사회학자 샘 리처드 교수는 종종 한국에 대한 이야기를 하며 미국 및 전 세계 학생들이 그 수업 주제에 대한 깨달음을 얻기를 바랍니다. 지난 11월 17일 수업에서도 자유와 통제에 대한 주제를 가르치며 한국을 예시로 들었죠. 샘 리처드 교수는 한국을 얼마나 신뢰할 수 있는지, 그리고 한국인들이 얼마나 높은 교육 수준을 가졌는지를 강조하며 자유와 방임, 과학에 입각한 국민 모두가 합의하는 통제 등이 나라에 미치는 영향 등을 설명합니다.
So last time we looked at COVID, last class, but we did China. But I'm going to do Korea. And Korea is a really nice example for us because the Korean government is a democratically elected government. Democracy meaning that as much power as possible is in the hands of individuals. And the democracy means there are a lot of democratic processes operating in Korea pretty well, very well actually. The elections are free, the elections are fair. People have a fair amount in Korea of abilities to do what it is that they want to do on a day-to-day basis. Very similar to the United States, right? All the data on Korea I have to multiply by 6 to be equal to the United States, okay? You could trust the Korean government. The Chinese government, as I said the other day, it's like, I'm not going to stand behind the numbers that the Chinese government puts out. If you are a person that's going like, none of these numbers are completely accurate, okay? Can I just say that, by the way? I'm saying, been doing a lot of research the past 2 years to try to figure out what can we really believe coming out of China? Like, what can we believe, right? And what I want to say to you all is, there's the opinion about that by people who are Chinese experts. What can we believe coming out of China? What information and what can we believe about what the Chinese government says? So this guy here, Stanley Rosen, specializes in Chinese politics. I mean, he's like one of the people, right? And he's saying, listen, about the statistics that I'm going to put up, He's like, yeah, they're not completely accurate, that we know, but they certainly suggest that China's doing something pretty serious. And so here we go, right? So what I want to do is compare China and the US, okay? And we're going to look at this, and then I want to have you talk about it a little bit. But the Korean government is putting out some really rock-solid numbers, okay? They're very accurate numbers, okay? If Korea had the same population as the United States, these are what the numbers would be. First off, look at the second column, the cases. Huge, huge difference. And then look at the deaths, okay? So I want to ask you all, the two of you. So can you say something about these numbers in light of freedom, individual liberty, and government power? What questions come to mind for you?
I guess the first question to ask is probably like what nationwide efforts were done in Korea that made it such that they had, much lower numbers even after we scale them up to our population size in the U.S. I mean, also things to consider are like how do people, like what's the geography like in Korea where people live, how tightly they're packed in certain cities, how spread out they are in rural areas. There's like a lot of different variables to consider of why you might have more or less spread.
Okay, that's good. Good that you're bringing, there are a lot of things to bring up, right? Maybe Koreans just have like better, I don't know, more rockin' immune systems. I don't know, right? They eat so much kimchi that their immune systems are really strong. So stick with the freedom and control one. Santiago, what do you think?
I really don't know that much about the Korean government, but like wondering whether there's like more like controlling policies over the population. Like, are there like more like laws that, for instance, will prohibit someone from going out if they test positive for COVID or things like that? And also from like, and so like just asking like whether there's like a higher government control or less government control. And I think it would be really interesting if there was less government control in Korea. Maybe what has been driving these factors could also be individual decisions. Maybe there's like a cultural, like there's a big cultural difference, and so people have a higher personal responsibility. And without the need of control, maybe through cultural changes, people have been making maybe the decisions to stay at home or things like that. That have also been driving this.
Okay, let's like people in Korea are much more likely to wear a mask to protect other people. Like you put your mask on, it's more likely that as you're putting it on, you're thinking, I might have COVID, I want to protect somebody else. In the West, as you put a mask on, you're more likely to say, hey, somebody else might have COVID, I don't want to get it from them, I want to protect myself. So there may be something going on whereby there doesn't need to be a lot of government control because people are going to automatically act in concert with one another in a way that's beneficial toward the larger group.
I think, perhaps in Korea you said a lot of their COVID numbers are very trustworthy. Maybe you're trying to indicate that they have like more trustworthy leadership at the higher levels than perhaps we do in the US. I mean, a lot of things about masking in the beginning of the pandemic where there was a lot of talk from our leadership saying like, oh, we think these things don't work when if you wanted to.
At the very least here, there were mixed messages. On one day, it's like, hey, wear masks. The next day, don't wear masks. It's back and forth, so everyone's confused. So you don't have to go to that level, but your point is very well taken. Yep. There you got a strong government. There you've got a belief in science. Korean people are highly educated in the world of science. So you, as a physics math major, bro, you would appreciate that, right? You would fit in well. Believe that the scientific the leaders of society, of Korean society, root more of their ideas and their policies and so on in science. In the science of, hey, listen, we're going to try to control this thing using the science of public health that we know, and we're going to go forward with that in mind. So maybe that's stronger government, right? It's like saying, hey, we're going to build our government around here, and we're not going to give you over there, these folks on this side. So you're more likely to listen to us. Here, from like the moment you come out of the womb, it's almost like we're injected with something that says, don't trust your government, don't believe your leaders. It's like, that has consequences. Because there are certain moments when you need to trust your leaders. When you look at those, like, what's your gut?
And that it can just be the responsibility of the government and the policies that they're taking.
Or the responsibility of the individuals who are all making their own unique decisions, right?
학생들의 이해를 돕기 위한 샘 리처드 교수의 노력에도 불구하고 자유와 방임을 구분하지 못하고 모든 책임을 정보와 정책으로만 돌리는 학생들에게 샘 리처드 교수는 조금 답답함을 느끼는 것 같습니다.